everyone, my name is Mitz. Here are a bag of Higurashi when they cry. So, as of last episode, we are now officially 1/4 of the way through this chapter. We're halfway to the halfway point of this story, before it goes over into horror apparently, or just psychological thriller at the very least. And we got a new character. I'm the coach. I forget it. Like, we don't really know his full name. I think Irie just is his surname, Irie-san. So, he's the coach for for another football team, the baseball team, and I believe in this chapter we're actually gonna go down and see a barbecue about that. Don't know how exactly how it's gonna factor into being a part of the main cast going forward. Ah, yes, you're ready to go and attack the day, Keiichi. All right then, I'm off. Look out for cars. Keiichi's not a dog. He's not gonna chase them on the road. Be back before dinner time. Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Hinamizawa fighters' victory celebration. I called it. Well, it's not that hard to figure out anyway, so. I still called it. I'm smart, okay? Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Does that mean you're gonna upset your mother for not eating or cooking then later at dinner? Did you even tell them what was happening? Though with a lot of club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Yeah, honestly, I can imagine that. It's basically just gonna be a like who can eat meat the fastest contest. Reno was already at the usual meeting place. Me and I arrived a few minutes later. Oh yeah, like, well, I don't really know, I guess, like the days off for you know, your Japanese students. Like, since like they go to school on Saturday, then that means, man, my Americanized view of how schools work for days for students off is all out of whack now. I don't know anymore. Like Sunday seems like the day off then? I'll just take that and I'll just take that as the only day off. Great! Let's get going. This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death. I actually did nothing less. I too went without breakfast and am now in top physical condition. Why are you acting all formally? Wow, you two, skipping breakfast is bad for your health. We're gonna make sure to eat something. Look, I skip breakfast all throughout just school, so don't you dares. Yeah, no, you're great, Reina. Breakfast is an important part of the day. If there's actually anything good and there's actually good enough time to make food for the breakfast and, you know, go to schools and all that in time. I'm sure you'll surpass the undeveloped me on. Get yourself a nice, sexy body and be allowed by dirty magazines. Dirty magazines, what the fuck? I get a nice body, maybe a prince on a white horse to come for Reina too. For Reina too. Well, you want a knight in shining armor? Okay. Okay. Definitely not happening. If you want to take responsibility for them, Keiichi, then don't give Reina any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. 3 times a day. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, I could see Reina doing that. Wait, who does Glenda's princess think was going to come for her? Well, anyway. We're all nice and hungry, right? Let's go and treat ourselves to the big barbecue party. Yeah! Well... The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furude Shrine Grounds where Rika-chan lived. Okay then. They held events and festivals there, and barbecues too. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? No, never heard of it. Never heard of this. What is this Watanagashi festival you're speaking of? Never heard of it. It's not gonna be important. Watanagashi or something? The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to shrines is something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. We arrived in the shrine grounds. The Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up for the barbecue early. No. Of course, Sadako and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us. Oh, so you managed to not forget about this. Look, free food. It's free food. Curse, if you all hadn't come, there wouldn't have been that much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is. You underestimate us, Sadako. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of fabulously marbled beef, do you? Marbled. Never heard of that. Man, am I just gonna learn just meat terminology now for this whole chapter? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I have a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again. Okay, so the whole carrot thing that happened on the hill here all happened at the same time. Okay, I'm slowly piecing together what happened, what events of each chapter actually happens universally, slowly. What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means. Cry and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry, though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you. Okay. I'll give Sadako lots and lots of the grilled squash, too. Grilled squash? When Sadako heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. Well, I mean, it's not broccoli and cauliflower. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen. That does sound like a threat, though. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If it's for you, I'll bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan. Wow, good for you, Sadako. You'll have your pick of the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day. Ah, oh my god. Reina, help! Everyone's bullying me. God. Sadako tried to leap into Reina's chest. Oh no. Clearly give him another second, Reina's max punches would have piled us onto the ground. So just before Sadako hit Reina, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. Okay. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least, it was supposed to be. Instead, she kicked Reina. But for Reina, when I caught the leaping, crying Sadako, it looked like I was keeping her to myself. That's a big leap in logic, then. And still get punched anyway. Aww. No, Keiichi-kun. This is Reina's, okay? I don't think anyone should belong to you. I'm taking her home. Please stop. Please stop. Ah, Reina-sana, why do you want to be in this person's captivity instead? Beat up me and son Rika like that too. Whoa, hold on there. Ah! And thus everyone was killed that day. Okay, now where could Rika be? She's hiding there behind the pillars. Chase her. Here she is. Reina-san, over there. Just wait, Sadako-chan, I'll take care of her right away. I'm bringing you straight home. Meep. We're dead. Meep! Meep! Battle cry! Meep! Help! Sadako, you're mean. Aw, Rika-chan's so cute too. Well, I'm gonna take her home. You're only allowed to take one person at a time, and preferably 0. Oh, Rika, it serves you right. Sadako laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Reina's unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawl on the ground. Oh, hi. Are you alright, Maebara-san? I'm pretty sure he's got a concussion, which is just fine, honestly. Sonozaki-san? The coach came over and lent us a hand. Unless, like, Oshiro is going to come up again, are we just going to be dealing with you? Like, we're going to be dealing with you the rest of the whole chapter? Which, oh boy. I thought we can get rid of, leave behind one adult, but we're always going to be in company of one. Gosh. Man, the kids will never be alone by themselves. Yeah, that's just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. Just pummel to the ground, wrestling. If the way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face, then I don't want any more to do with it. Then you should take a new class in communications, learn a new language. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. Made us start to laugh too. Sadako's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling. She's screaming for the heavens, being chased around. And Reina's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear. Rika's still just running for her life. Ah, Sky. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down to the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. Salad oil? Again, Reina, you should have also just realized then, like, Keiichi could have just prepared some other food that other time with the bento box competition. Again, I'm never letting that go. Never letting it go. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. And just one plate? Or how big is the plate, actually? Wow, this meat looks amazing! Is it medium rare, or is it well done? There's a big difference. Coach, you really did splurge on it! I did make a promise. Can you tell how much all this weighs? It really did cost me a lot. Are you particularly that strong? You just seem average. Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough reward for everything I did yesterday. Yeah, Sadako-chan's definitely the guest of honor today. Yeah, Sadako was the one who hit the last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew over was long and true. Sadako is pretty athletic. Just that one comment, okay. Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of her generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability even compared to me. Maybe Sadako-chan has a big future in the world of sports. Oh, stop saying my praises. You're making me blush. Munch, munch. Shush! No, spit it out. We're still talking. Sadako, for whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being so wanted another, was just far too cute. Hello. Maebara-san, this is heavy. Tomita Okamura were carrying something over to us. There's a huge barbecue plate. Whoa, the barbecue's protagonists have arrived. Okay, that's endearing. The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The iron skewer. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a shh noise they drizzled off. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once. Huh. Yep, can't have a barbecue without some of those. You can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get over here. Put a nice little flower arrangement. Come on. Wow! Look! Look! It's amazing! Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Well, is the meat satisfactory to Sadako's taste? Each person received a skewer with vegetables and a big piece of meat on it. And I just imagine just Rika slowly just taking the meat off and leaving only squash. He also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. Apple, orange, or grape. Grape juice is the best. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. And left was a cup of juice that I could chug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man. Well, there's no music. Well, except for this, but that's non-diegetic. Ah, I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. It's like choking. Not just yet, Keiichi. Too late, it's already in the mouth. We got a little ceremony first. Get out your attention, everyone. The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted in the nearby beer cooler. This must be a victory celebration after all. We need an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. Your stomach is growling. For every second this goes on for, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. What? Sadako stomped down the back of my foot. You deserve it. Rude. My word. Men your age are so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly? Is everything I'm thinking really showing my face? Yes. Look, you're good at manipulating other people, but people can read your mind clearly. I mean, how do you think Komida was able to read your own thoughts, and you had that back and forth psychic telepathic exchange? It's clear to see. That just means Komida is just really easy to read as well then, by that logic then. Okay, is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. It became a hard battle until that amazing pitcher came in, but thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory. Golf clap. All the more relevant. Both my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause. Look, that's a thing, Keiichi. You smack the two meat skewers together and make a clap. That would just sound disgusting, but you know, it works, okay? Just smash two cups of juice together till it spills all over the table. This is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy on our next game. Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us into a toast. Cheers! They said that when you're toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young. The toast almost immediately began to dig into her skewers. Well, down the meat it goes instead. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game. That's another thing. Like, did you go with Kamita to the desert fiesta thing? Like, was happening a few days, or you just like went to the place like after the game happened and ended? Meh. He's honestly a nice character though. Well, besides well, even like the whole like it's still weird, uncomfortable dessert slash girl analogy they had there. Still, again, I think he's a nice character though. What little we saw of him, introduction wise and all that. I do like his sprites though. They're simplistic, but they're striking. Like how someone made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulate me too. The savior who appeared to fight against the Koshin pitcher. Well, even what I did was all thanks to Sadako. It was her plan. Sadako did have a plan. You don't have any plans, Keiichi. You're the only one who could have won over Kamita like you did, Kei-chan. You did more than enough to deserve praise. By the way, Keiichi-kun, you went to eat cake with Kamita after that, didn't you? You're like you were best friends. Oh, it was the same day. Ah, the seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Something like that? It's like a common theme in like Japanese media, just like rivals turning to best friends like quickly or soon enough, honestly. It's actually just a fun trope just to witness sometimes. I haven't seen a lot though of anime, so that's sort of, well, it's Hoshi. I violently brushed through Reina's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason, to mention a friendship between males, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Now then, where's the hero, or rather, the heroine, Sadako? Oh, no, oh look, there she is! Sadako was with Rika-chan, in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday. Her teammates spared no comment for her, because even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from a Koshin pitcher was something else. Sadako was more loquacious than usual. It seemed she was in a great mood. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her. But she was a leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Sadako, going at things as lively as usual into the sun, it struck me that didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I spent with her. Yeah, are you going back into your big brother role now, or are you just going back to being Keiichi mode? I see. But both of those were the real Sadako. We're going again into the whole facade business as well. They're going back and forth on like whether it's a real person or not. Yeah. They didn't care which it was. Her smiling happily, or making a big, lively fuss like this. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever. She looks like she's having fun. Quite a lot of it. My coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. No, we're not getting indoctrinated into the baseball cult. As he gazed at Sadako from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her. Doesn't this cleanse your soul to see Sadako-chan smiling? He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment I played it off. Really? I don't think her smell could cleanse so much as a plate. That's a weird analogy, but okay. I'm sure Sadako-chan would be mad if she heard that, but that part of her is very cute too. Leaving her cuteness aside, I can understand him thinking Sadako getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. Iria, was it? It's Irie. Everyone else calls me Coach, though. I'd be very happy if you called me Coach as well, my Vera-san. Okay then, umpire. As I said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little. No, your name is meant to be Coach, not Coach Irie or Irie, it's just Coach. Ah. Coach, you seem to like Sadako a lot. Didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true. Yes, I do like her. I love her, in fact. When she's older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. I didn't want to bring it up at all, but they just keep hammering it down. Please, just stop. What? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? Being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I heard this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. That's not foreboding. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. Bad vibes. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy. Maebara-san. Did that surprise you? Could it be you're going after Sadako-chan yourself? What? That would bother me, that... What? I've been going after her for decades now, you know. What the... What? Coach, Sadako hasn't even been alive for much more than a decade. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions. Almost too many. So many words crammed into your brain and made you have an aneurysm. And made the concussion even worse. And as the conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed. And not a bad guy by any stretch, or that's the facade he puts on. I think Sadako deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. I honestly didn't think she had it in her. Sadako-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Her brother? Right, he meant Satoshi. The one who left Sadako and ran away from home. Sadako's Nini. Satoshi Hojo. Stop forgetting him. Do you not know about him? Sadako-chan's older brother, I mean. His name is Satoshi Hojo-kun. And you play with the Hinamizawa fighters too. I wanted to play a lot more, but then he transferred. Huh. I see. Is everyone just going to use the word transfer now? So he, parentheses, transferred, end parentheses, period. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. I didn't mention it. I think it was Reina. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. Reina's always the person who, like, even when things are that bad or anything like that, she, like, tries to use very polite and nice words to talk about it, not direct about it. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home that time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but... Only her brother transferred? That's sort of unusual. Everyone having fun was far away. A troop of voices distant. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, gave me a sense of distance. At first, I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear, but for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words. So at this point, I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke. Something unfortunate happened. A few things, actually. Are we actually learning all about it from you? To inform me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk, a little at a time, looking over his shoulder and looking around the whole entire area every so often. Sketchily. Even though we don't have a notepad. It's been 3 years already. Around this time of year, I think. Sadako-chan's parents were in an accident. An accident? I don't... Oh, wait, no. I was thinking about the aunt and uncle. I was like, wow, that was a hell of an accident. Someone got murdered. Wow, that was an accident. Yes. On a public park they visited while on vacation, they fell from a viewing platform. It was supposed to just be a little time away from the house, the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. Did it happen on the day of the festival itself before... Did it happen the day of the festival before, I guess, the festivities started? They always say, like, people die the same day or anything like that. I guess it's not even a thing of, like, people go missing the night of the festival, like, just the day of, or just... Literally just the whole 24-hour window. Yeah. That was the stage on which tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated over time. With all the rain they had just gotten, they may have loosened somewhat. And before Sadako's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. And it makes it worse that she was there to actually see it. Oh my god. Just, like, oh my god. I remember just first hearing it, I thought, like, those two, like... the park thing didn't even register my brain, and my first thought was actually just they were leaning against like a balcony in a hotel, and then the bar fell, and like they tried to over like the railing of the balcony and fell to their death. But no, if it was really just a normal walk in the park, then that just almost just a pure accident. Because how can you calculate that ahead of time? Unless you have super like inhuman demonic abilities like that. Again, eh. There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain. Apparently very muddy. The swamp? And her parents? Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. I wonder, like, if the water was higher, like, would that be, like, mean, like, there was, I guess, a better chance to survive and anything like that? I know they both, like, well, one died, one missing. But is it better, like, if, like, survive, like, the water's higher enough? If, like, from that height? Or if there was, like, low water and just rocks? I don't know, like, I heard people can die just from, like, falling and breaking the surface of the top of the water, and that kills them, the impact of that and going to the water. Sometimes it makes them go unconscious and they drown then afterwards. Oh, God. Without saying anything, I knew from how unfortunate the accident was, and how Sadako's parents had left on an internal vacation. Then Sadako is... well... I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word. Orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed, how much it would hurt Sadako without having to say it aloud. Couldn't think of it. Sadako lived with Rika-chan. At least, that's what I thought I heard from others. Wait, Rika-chan died. Her father died from illness too, and mother soon after. I felt like I heard she was living by herself. Yes, she's living with Furude-san right now. They probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they got along by helping each other. Going and living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. Maebara-san, you can probably understand that as well. I only survived because they're like my parents. The only reply I could give was to nod. Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much. Oh, couldn't think of it. You're right. Rika-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. I guess, but then this being said was like being lonely because people are just idolizing you and not really seeing you as a person. That's my next first thought, though. And a close person would just be like Sadako then. Rika-chan would go meep just once and get 2 or 3 crochets from a vendor after all. I felt like if she asked for help, and the village would, I think what I just later brought up was very poignant here then. But that only applies to Furude-san in particular. Sadako-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. One thing about normally, living your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. Oh god, I just realized this now that Sadako's whole family is literally just even though they lived here for a while, like the residents in Hinamizawa kind of don't like the Hojo family because the whole her parents are like fine with the dam construction project thing. Oh god. And Mion called Sadako cursed. God damn it, everyone here sucks. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Sadako had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine at all. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? She puts it up. It's technically, I guess, almost a lie. Unless she really is, I guess, content with how she's living right now. There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother. I just kind of vaguely thought it was rather unfortunate. You don't know half of it yet. I mean, Sadako was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Sadako said, "Family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Those words had a lot more weight now. I've seriously considered adopting her. That's kind of a nice gesture, but I don't really trust you. Huh. Adoption? It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips. I've lived a really steady life all these years. I have money, and a good reputation. But marriage is the one thing I never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child. So I can't make Sadako-chan my adopted daughter. What a shame. Didn't take long of my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit a setback. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first I was only half listening, but midway through I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Sadako, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings. We don't exactly know that, though. I'm still exercising caution still. Sadako-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one. But, you know, I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little. Now, of course, I can't do much for her but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do. You're wrong. Sadako's happy. Huh? He showed surprise at my having declaring that. That's a weird way to put, like, grammatically wise. There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. I spoke with a serious expression, quietly, but firmly, all the same. It was my approval of his feelings, and my gratitude as Sadako's new Nini. Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Sadako-chan, okay? Why? She knew I wouldn't adopt her. She'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa. I wouldn't blame her. I wonder... Sadako may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As my feelings had gone across, Coach grinned, satisfied, and returned his gaze to the hostile and bustle before us. Look, I already know that, based on about how Oishi and all that acts and other characters, we're supposed to find this endearing, at least in Japanese culture-wise, but yeah, just values-wise and the American coast and all that, it just feels very awkward and just off-putting. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Sadako Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She looked energetically with a smile. I wanted to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for. So, the words I spoke were the same. What a coincidence. I think the same way. Oh, you too, Maebara-kun? That makes us friends. Let's make a promise then. A promise? It's a very simple one. The coach said this, giving me a grin. That we will never, ever make her cry. It was short and to the point. This seems like a Chekhov's gun. Yeah. I promise too. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there comfortably, gazing at Sadako and everyone else having a good time. Eat more of the barbecue, you. She certainly lost family, but there were more people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been? Well, just hypothetically, if you did adopt Sadako, what would you do? Oh, that's a tough one. He gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratingly tilted his head in contemplation. What? Oh, yes! Yes! She's back! Well, first, I would get her to call me master and make her into a lovely, kind-hearted maid. Huh. What? How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things? How do you not realize it's not his voice? Maebara-kun? I haven't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear. My god. Hi. Oh, that's right. I clearly said I would make Sadako my own personal pretty maid. Oh, that sounds... What the Stop. Sadako-chan, oh, pretty. Okay. Ugh. Oh, pretty and purity are really hard to differentiate, right? Be careful of mixing refined Japanese words and English together. I get it. Honestly, intricacies of the language know no bounds. Yeah, I know, like some Japanese people, like, use English words with, like, the sound, quote-unquote, I guess, cool or anything like that. I wonder actually how many words, like, they borrow from English for, like, certain expressions. That's right. Kei-chan, you do understand. Then with that, it's time for... What? My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving at the lead by the nape of her neck. Hey, wait right there. Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. Just in the sound of it then, like, literally all the whole thing with him, like, that's, okay, now it's just another weird thing to think about in my own brain, of, like, if some events are not universal for each individual chapter, but, like, Keiichi knows who Shion is. Or at least that's what it seems like. And, like, did the whole thing with the Angel Mort thing of, like, thinking and wondering if all of that happened for Chu, like, still happened the same exact way and all of that. I know I should, like, stop, like, bringing this up, but, like, it always... Look, the lore. I just kind of want to know how each character, like, learns about certain things, or, like... It's definitely just for keeping, keep it going, so, like, we just pick up the pace almost a bit of, like, how characters, like, learn and all that. Like, we did a whole big effect about the whole Mion Shion situation with chapter 2, that it feels like it should be talked, like, discuss a tiny bit more how Keiichi, like, learned about it here. Oh, he's probably still doing the whole thing of, like, wondering it's Mion Shion, but, like, Mion was just here, and Shion's wearing completely different clothes, the hair bunched up. How long have you been here? I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Want to see? What, do you have paperwork? Ah! You've been hiding ever since then? Just listening. Kei-chan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. This was Shion Sonozaki. Younger than the Sonozaki twins. No, you definitely do know. How do you know? How do you know? Impossible information. Though she had a scrap of the reserved quality you were expecting from her little sister. She was a villain no better than her older sister, Mion. I met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Other day in town. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya. I thought we'd never see each other again, but to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. Again. Like, honestly, by this point, actually, it just feels more funnier if, again, Keiichi's the most busiest preteen in existence. They meet all these people, and somehow small, slight changes in the universe go off into go down to certain routes. Like, whatever he does, the festival's the one thing that changes. Well, it feels like if this game was like was not a, what is the word, a kinetic novel, it would just be like the festival would be like where the choice happens, where things diverge so quickly than like normal visual novels. Yeah, that's what it feels like anyway. This would be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. Shion-san, you came. I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. Being at home is boring. I figured I'd come and tease you a little. Oh, sorry. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. I hit microphone. It's rubbing against the... it's rubbing against the microphone. That's not annoying at all, sorry. No. I figured I'd come and tease you all a little. Coach, why did you need to call Shion to her victory celebration? You make it sound like you don't want her to be here. How did she contribute to our team's... Well, you see, I'm actually the manager of the Hinamizawa fighters. Yeah. The manager? No, wait. Then why weren't you at the game yesterday? Work. That's because I'm like a ghost manager. Teehee. Hoshi. She seemed to think I'd forgiven her. She stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all. That match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there. I won't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to games of root for us like you used to? I'll think about it. Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa fighters. Do you see what's happening here, Keiichi? Again, I can't get a cheering mood when there's no good-looking guy in the team. Fucking god. That's just adorable. Huh? Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Shion! The banter is just funny to me between these two. Where'd you come from? Suddenly Mion came running over, latched my shoulder and pulled me towards her. You really just are revolted by her, huh? Ah! It's Mii-chan's little sister! Hello, Shi-chan! It always just feels... I'm never gonna let that go, am I? Busiest preteen in existence. Hello, Reina-san. I'm already remember my name, we only met once. Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Reina's name, too. Cut the stupid greetings. You're not allowed to solicit Keiichi. He's the hope of our club. The hope? Don't pull him out and put him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a little growl as she grabbed my arm. Okay. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy. Did you give her the toy though, Keiichi? If not, then this whole entire thing was going to turn sour so quickly. Yep, Keiichi-kun is like the star rookie of our club. We could never train him away. You never, well, batted, but they're lying still. Reina's smile had a nonchalant bloodthirst. Respectable. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack as she got within 2 meters of me. Okay, no, that bloodlust, immediately go away. Yeah. Shion's fun. I feel like this is gonna turn into a bloody battle. That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time, then. You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Shion here, too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking out for the last year. Like, from the sounds of it, it doesn't seem like you're even on the baseball team, so what are you complaining about? I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion-chan was here. Oh, yes, I'll give you that. I'll agree with you there. You're right in that front. Yep. Definitely worked. Yes. That was what he planned for all along. Mission accomplished. Very. Hey! Kei-chan, come over here! No. We're all playing a game. With strings attached, of course. What? Shi-chan, how about you? Yes, join. The rules are simple, it'll be fun. Should I? I'll just win if I join in, after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. I think you should. Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare. What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this a battle of the siblings? It'd make things more interesting, yes. For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to. Bleh! I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Bleh! Whoa. Mion just avoided direct confrontation. The twins are completely incompatible with each other. You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off. No, that'd be a sight to see. I literally got excited when she came up. Oh my god. She's really... Her banter is amazing. I hate Shion! And not to kill. I'm bad against her. An angry Mion dragged me away. This is kidnapping! Slide. Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay! Oh my god. Shin waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion. Alright, well, we actually are doing a game now. I was actually thinking you were doing that. You made that up on the fly, you, Mion. Club activities had begun, which meant I needed to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game? I take anything on. Well, they say string was attached, so I'm food in competition, but I'm you're swallowing string as well. Okay, Keiichi-san, you should prepare yourself. We're going all out today. Great, bring it on, bring it on. Sadako or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly. Rain will profit from your battle and fish yourself up a win. I don't get all the manta ray first and ride into victory. Are you all doing fishing? Aw. We could show us fight like a manta ray. What, Hoshi? I want to take you home. Okay, everyone. We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple. Today's game is... Title card. Today's game is Higurashi When They Cry. 7th expansion presents Hinamizawa When They Cry. That's what the game is called. My god. Dude, that's funny. Everyone lost the game, dropped down, had to clean up after the barbecue. I was wondering. Like, now the chapters like seem to cut in half, like... Actually, well, they're longer. But, what is the way to put it? Like the baseball game, I cut it in half from like the introduction of it. And for this one, it seemed that they're going into the game itself, but then they're skipping over it, Everyone who lost the game dropped out, and I helped clean up after the barbecue. She had laughed more uproariously than everyone I ever heard when she saw my loser face. Loser. Okay. Was my getting bombed out of the game really that funny? Man, oh man, Kei-chan's face! He was like, how could you still call yourselves human? Damn it, I had it all worked out when I brought the scissors. That's the most extreme rock, paper, scissors game I ever brought up. If only Sadako and Rika-chan had betrayed me! It was going great while we had maintained a united front. But Sadako had been quicker to betray me than I her. She was just a tiny bit better than me. Ugh. I weren't about trusting Hojo. Then why'd you agree to, like, with the bento boxes then, you two? Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were unanimously wearing "I told you so" faces. Incidentally, those two were victims of Sadako's traps pretty early on as well. Yes, and you two still have a crush on her, on both of them, so... Damn. I was trying to do well and not to make up for you two. And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Always loser. Loser Keiichi. Loser Keiichi. Loser. Maybe this meant I still couldn't catch up to the other members yet. You were going to have the lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you? She had remarked, as though forcing me to recall something I tried to forget, even for a moment. Is that right? How do you think about Maebara-san? When you came up with the punishment game with the president, you looked really heated up. What did you decide on? Earlier, Mion told me to get an Angel Mort uniform ready. Oh boy. Does that have anything to do with it? I'm gonna get the biggest eyes I can find. That just seems like a hassle. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks mixing empathy, pity, and desire to see something scary all at once. Scary. Yeah. All I could do now is laugh. Strange enough, the more I laughed, the more I felt it was actually funny. It actually is. Ah! I lost! The most intense rock, paper, scissors game. Lost to the ages. The dragon has lost the game. The bloody dragon. Oh my. Maebara-san, what's the matter? You're smiling, crying, and howling. Mixed emotions. It's okay, just pretending not to like it. You can't hide his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using the punishment game as an excuse. Right, Hoshi? What do you mean, valuable experience? I had my head in my hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up with a 3-letter word. It was... Okay, that's funny. That's funny as hell. Coach gently put his hands on my shoulders. Was he comforting me? Maebara-san, in times where you must accept hardship, just imagine that you're made in the receiving end of some strict disciplining. Doesn't the hopeless situation seem kind of funny now? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Red in the face, indulging his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said, "Oh, master," and started twirling around like a ballerina. I had to wonder what kind of word association he had going on in his head. Let's not find out. At the very least, it was much different than what was in mine. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of disciplining certainly isn't the maids. Tomita-kun? Okamura-kun? Your coach is pretty funny. I'm surprised he can even be a coach. Yeah. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun exchanged glances and answered dry smiles. And they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you'd normally say about a person like that. The coach's questionable revolutions slowed to a stop, and then his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He can switch gears way too fast. That's another theme for this game, like almost everyone has, like, they switch back and forth between facades. It's something that keeps getting brought up and emphasized a lot. Then let's start cleaning up. Maebara-san, you seem quite strong. Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them? Right, on it. I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for the wash basins. These are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there? Figuring I should make it there before my arms gave out, I head towards it at a trot. Then you tripped. And the plates crashed. A lot of the adults who had been helping out were using the wash basins, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and they told me there were more right by the assembly hall too, so I decided to head that way. Ah yes. Rather than multiple basins, there was just one faucet there. Actually, is this like they mentioned like the mayor had a meeting like before he went missing to the 2, even before the day of the festival and all that, like is that what that is? Or my brain, my adult time age brain from not playing Chapter 2 in a solid month before starting this one, making me forgetful. I initially thought it'd be too small to wash plates as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open up back there. Just use a garden hose to clean. I turned the faucet, and water much nicer looking than it gushed forth. I put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. It didn't go very well. This is why you need dish soap and a scrubber. And I'm pretty sure with oil, you need somewhere to like just put it somewhere like in a cup or something to dispose of it and like put like what is the word for it? Like a softener or something that makes it like, it's like not like grease liquid, it just like turns like solid or like mushy almost. I don't know how to describe it. Then you dump that away in the trash and clean the cup afterwards. Just let it sit. Here you go. Wow, thanks, more chores, thank you. A sponge and dish soap. Okay, no, thank you. You can't wash them with just water. It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge in a container filled with cleaner to me. Oh, thanks. You should just put them on by the basins and left it to the grown-ups. You're always doing the right thing. I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. I answered her with a forced smile. I was surprised to learn you're the manager for the Hinamizawa fighters. I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother. Yeah. It is quite a bother. That's why I stopped showing up entirely. Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back? You should pay a visit once in a while. If I feel like it, I guess. Shion made it sound like the end of the world could happen before she felt like it. Which, to be honest, could be. Whoops. I couldn't keep washing dishes while preoccupied with conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. You can wash and still talk. You don't have to keep looking at her face when you're doing this. Shion neither offered to help nor got my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet. Oh, right, I heard something. You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you? Not really. I guess the runner-up star player, I guess? Saiko hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player, actually. I didn't know she had those kinds of reflexes. It surprised me. She's totally different from Satoshi-kun. There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability in the family went to her. Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking at something far away, betraying a reminiscence. Satoshi-kun? Oh, you actually knew him. Sadako Hojo's older brother. You know, Satoshi Hojo-kun? Oh, right. You just moved here this year, didn't you, Kei-chan? You wouldn't have ever met him. I was a little surprised that Shion knew about Satoshi. Wow, Satoshi's such an open secret in this whole town. Never met him, but I know a little. After their parents passed away, he transferred to a different school, right? I avoid saying that he ran away from home, and used a slightly more vague words than everyone else did. Transferred? Who said anything like that? Evil eyes. I hadn't yet realized that Shion's tone had changed slightly. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the hell? Satoshi was kidnapped, murdered, menacing stance. Well, I mean, who was it then? Yeah, I heard it from someone. He transferred. Who? Is it because you asked someone, right? Who did I ask? I don't really remember. Even so, he transferred, so that's it, right? Not like there's a problem with it. There is one. Does that mean there's a record of his transfer? To another school? That someone saw it? Or heard about it? Around the time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up on this Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes began to look. Shion? What's up? You look really serious. With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. She took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before. Wow, stark difference. I'm sorry. Just the sound of that, like, is she actually looking into what's happening in the town? Just from that? That's what it seems to imply to me, anyway. I'm sorry. But, Kei-chan, again, I hit the microphone. God damn it, I'm sorry. But Kei-chan, you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say they transferred or anything like that. I'm serious. Please. I realize I must have said something I shouldn't have. I wasn't immediately sure of what I should apologize for, so I just said one safe word for now. Sorry. I just sort of heard he transferred and believed it. Was it actually something else? It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he had left his sister and ran away. But I'd wanted to try and avoid using the words run away, so I pretended not to know. Upon seeing my flustered reply, she didn't realize she was intimidating me and lowered her voice. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you for anything, Kei-chan. He was being a little harsh. I apologize. I didn't really mind. That was a fib. My god! I was actually a little scared, even. Look, she is serious. Serial. Was there something wrong with her saying he ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? No, not at all. He definitely didn't go missing because of a perceived maybe curse. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. Probably. Before I could ask her, she turned on her heel to leave. No, don't go. Don't leave on ominous statements like that. Hey, Shion? Right, good luck with those. Looks like your plate is last. That's the last one you need to wash. Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation were we that it got pretty late. How long were you on those plates? I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. Whoosh! I violently scrubbed the plate. She had actually, managed to just completely turn what you were gonna ask her, or, comment on, expertly almost. When I turned back around, Shan was no longer there. By the time I finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I realized it, and as the heat that had stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze started to blow. It was actually a peaceful segment. tiny bit. Oh my god, it's a 3-section in one chapter. Oh my god. My god, actually, it's unprecedented. Oh my gosh. Not even the longer chapters. Okay, everyone, can I have your attention? Coach got everyone together and make his closing remarks. With that, another fun day grew to its close. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. Sadako and Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving them frustrated about more than a few things. People who betray others will one day be betrayed themselves. Never been more true, huh? You kind of threw Sadako, like, no, you kind of threw Rika under the bus anyway in the first thing, and you kind of got away with it. Really. You pretty much almost did. Literally. So I don't know if that saying is always true. You're not the one I want to hear that from, Keiichi-san. Reina didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second. Reina doesn't buy into lies very easily. She has a sharp wit. I'm surprised. It seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way. That's just the countenance and the just temperament she keeps up, honestly. Man, look, I grew up, me and my sister, like, we grew up, like, just manipulating each other, like, at this point, like, trying every which way to, like, get each other to do something else. So by this point, I feel like we have a good chance of when someone's not entirely being truthful. Most of the time. Yeah. That means that Reina also has a weird upbringing as well. Funny you should say that, Kei-chan. You decided to prey upon others, and right away you became the prey instead. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise higher returns the more friends you rope in, okay? Okay, you're just talking about a pyramid scheme. Yeah. Man, we have pyramid schemes. What about cube schemes? What about the other shapes? What about a circle scheme? I'll try harder. Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone in sight once they get into a serious enough game. Despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. It reminded me how we were all such great friends. Not for long, apparently. Anyways, I'm looking forward to Keiichi-san's punishment game. However, can you really implement such a thing? I would think the store manager would have a thing or two to say about it, no? The store manager? Oh my god, mascot! It's a mascot for the team. I wonder. Maybe Keiichi-kun would be really cute. Cute! Kinda wanna see, Hoshi. Aw. I'm the edge of my seat. But you're standing. I'll trip him up and make him wipe the floor. That'd be great. Why couldn't I win? I couldn't win now of all times. Whenever I think I'll definitely win today, and that I'll make someone else pay the punishment game, I lose. Well, that's your big thing right there. Don't think that way anymore. Is it not enough? Look, we should already go, learn from mistakes. People already can read your mind. Here's the thing. Lie to yourself and don't think those thoughts. Then you win. That's how it is. That's how it do be. That's how it do. Do I not believe hard enough in victory? The power of belief is not all chalked up to be. Power of love and friendship. The power of friendship does not always triumph overall. Oh. Oh. The wailing of the loser tastes like sweet honey. How sad. How sad. Pat. Pat. Smack. This is how you get stronger, Keiichi-kun. It's like I'm looking at Michan from last year. Michan last year? What? Did she always lose and moan about in the past? Oh yeah, we only learned about this whole fact, I think, after the festival happens. So literally, anything that happens after the festival is not universally canon for the other chapters. Let's go with that. How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president, Mion, was once like that. No need to talk about that. Mion hastily covered Reina's mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Sadako's sleeve. Okay, we should be going soon. Oh yes, we must go shopping for dinner, mustn't we? I wanted to keep talking like this forever. It was getting late. It was true. We split up with Sadako and Rikisha and decided to go get on our way home. Alright, bye! See you tomorrow at school! Everyone waved to each other and split up for the short time between now and tomorrow. Okay, let's go! We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. Watch your step. Don't fall. Don't trip. Clouds. Ah, desk. As the sun started to set, the afternoon's heat began to disappear as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi was enough to make me forget about how hot it'd been today. Come to think of it, it's still June, huh? We didn't have a rainy season at all this year. Like, all of a sudden it's just summer, you know? Man, but the rain is so cool. I love rain. Only when you're driving, though, then it's bad. Now that I thought about it, she was right. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. Hydrangeas. Never heard of those. And snails. Snails. I haven't seen a real rainy season since transferring here. You've only been here for a month or two. According to the weather forecast, it's supposed to get more rainy during the first part of the week. They were warning people about heavy showers. Hope it doesn't run to Watanagashi. That's right. The rainy season's supposed to be rainy. Reina likes all the rain in the rainy season. Oh my god, I love writing jokes so much like this. Oh my god. That's right, the rainy season is supposed to be rainy. Reina likes all the rain the rainy season. I don't mean to rain on your parade, but I love rain. God damn it. God, so much rain just makes me depressed. Sounds like you're not in the rainy mood spirit. Hey, Kei-chan! Huh? I was a little spaced out. It was late answering me on. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She definitely seems like the person who does not like people covering up what really happened. She seems like almost the opposite of Reina. Of like, she wants people to like, just know what actually happened. She's not like people brushing things on the rug or just like trying to put it down nicely. Which is actually kind of admirable. It's actually a nice trait of hers. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home. But I don't think it was so bad that Shan would need to feel mad about it. Yeah, you don't know the whole story. I wasn't really satisfied with it. Literally just a whole collective lie everyone keeps telling themselves. Because it feels like if they do confront it, like nothing really would change then. But yeah, it still feels a bit weird. I felt like a child, completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for. So my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion. Sadako had a brother, right? Named Satoshi, I think. Man, you've been hearing Satoshi a lot, and you even put upon yourself to be Sadako's older brother figure, and now here you are forgetting his name? My gosh. Immediately emotional shift. What? As soon as I said the name Satoshi, Reina and Mia both lost their relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I avoid talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. What happened to Satoshi again? Did he move away? That was such a transparent way of putting it. But in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mian turned around and looked at Reina for assistance. Help! Reina looked between us, then quietly and softly spoke. Wait, did we not tell you? He transferred out. When I said those words to Shion, she got upset. So I answered her with the same words Shion had given me. Transferred? Who told you something like that? Huh? I had only intended to borrow Shion's words, I said exactly the same way she had, right down to the thorns in my voice. Yay, threats. I realized I'd done. I immediately tried to soften my remark. If he really transferred, there would be records of it at school and stuff, right? But is there actually anything like that? Mion and Reina, their eyes grew wide. They were lost for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. I thought they were only hiding the fact that Sadako's little brother ran away out of consideration for her. I'm not trying to blame you or anything, okay? I just wanted to ask what happened to Satoshi, that's all. I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I didn't remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. No, maybe I was actually bullying them. Maybe I'd lashed out of them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day had been so much fun. But now... Why did I go and say something that made all of that meaningless? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough. Let's drop it now. I don't think it's wrong to know what happened, though. Yeah. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up. Well, it's not like we were hiding or lying. Hope you understand, it's not what we're trying to do. Technically, it's kind of lying, but you're trying to, put into nice words, so... It's a white lie. It's still lying. Mion's tone conveyed a genuine awkwardness. It sounded like the excuses of a child who had been presented with evidence of her own mischief. Satoshi, well... He didn't transfer schools. Mion said, resigning herself. I felt bad for pushing her to say that. It also feels weird again that we're doing this whole thing of, well, I guess it's a whole different thing in the first chapter of, the theme of, going over and pushing, unintentionally going over someone's boundaries, because we're asking directly to them this time instead of, learning all this secondhand from someone else, from Oishi, with the whole curse and all that, and someone else. It feels like it's always that theme is gonna keep popping up whenever Miyo Takano and Tomataki comes back up again. So it's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize. Right before that. He won't come back. You say with a fucking smile. What? Like Mion's dim reply, Reina was extremely clear and resolute. He won't come back. What? He won't come back home ever since that day. He won't come back. That was a very strange way of putting it. Normally you would say that he hadn't come back yet. At least I thought you'd only say it like Reina did if he wasn't capable of coming back. That just means everyone basically knows that the second someone goes missing, they're just dead. That's basically just what it means. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home. What do you mean he won't come back? Where did Satoshi go? Don't know. With an even bigger fucking grin. What the hell? Oh my god. Reina's word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster a response right away. Well, she's right. After that day, Satoshi hasn't returned home. Mia noticed a deadlock between us and hurriedly followed up on what Reina had said. Well, that is, everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look. Well, they started thinking that maybe he ran away. Running away from home? I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. That's not always the case. The next thing I can think of is, when people, kill themselves, a lot of people just commit the act and not even leave anything behind. That's always been a thing as well. It's not a guarantee. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of a letter apologizing to Sadako. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home. The police did an investigation. Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job and had some put aside. And then the day he vanished, he withdrew it all. And then in Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi. He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from home. Was that it? It seemed consistent enough to me. That just goes in the question of, like, how terrible the home life was then. If he was saving all this money up. Before I could say anything. I think it's a lie. Satoshi couldn't run away, declared Reina shortly. What? Hey, wait. So if he didn't transfer schools, or move away, and he didn't run away from home, then what on earth... Stop it, Reina. Mian whispered to her. Reina, however, continued without interruption, and then she said this. Because it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. I think this is the very first time anyone in this friend group actually wholesale brought it up instead of Shion or like some outside person like telling Keiichi all this. Huh. Huh? A curse? It took some time before I understood what Reina meant by that. Mian clicked her tongue and shook her head a little. Okay. Satoshi talked to me before he disappeared. He said someone was watching him, stalking him, even followed him home. He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside, looking down at him. Stop it, Reina. It's a portent of Oyashiro-sama's curse, there's no doubt. I think, somewhere deep down, Satoshi-kun was probably thinking about abandoning Hinamizawa and running away. And Oyashiro-sama wouldn't allow that. It's a pretty fucked up system, then. I said stop it. Oyashiro-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. He would never allow anyone to abandon Hinamizawa and run away. I apologized for it, but Satoshi-kun probably didn't. It must have been! It must have been Oyashiro-sama's curse! Oyashiro-sama's curse? I intended to repeat it. The words came in my mouth anyway. Oyashiro-sama's curse? The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Not ever. It's just a lie told by the self-important people in the village who don't want to admit it was the curse. And whether or not you believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse, it's... Wham. Mina struck Rain in the head. Holy shit. And not a joking way either. I told you to give a rest, didn't I? I try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her to her limits? Actually, there was a plenty of displeasure and anger in Mian's face that moment. For a few moments after being hit, Reina looked astonished. Perhaps the voice of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while, she regained her original calm expression. Okay. Okay, that section was immediately so interesting. Wow. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voice of the Higurashi just tortured our ears, they're buzzing. Reminds me of I had that pet theory of like literally just ghost possession and all that, like any type of insecurity. And like since Satoshi is like a big contender for almost every important person we met so far, at least like, well, besides the adult because they're not that close to Satoshi from the side of it, like any like kid like Keiichi's close with, like it's just gonna be a big thing of insecurity. That's that whole pet theory I had before. Like, what was it? The quote unquote like demon or oni that like basically just like possessed me. I basically said like the whole thing about him of the doll was enough to get Mion to like go down this ravenous rage. Whether it's just a cheap justification or just a lie. If I was gonna believe it wholeheartedly, then either literally just insecurity opens up the heart and just the possession takes hold, or literally just a small spiral as the more the festival comes into play, just it spins round and round anxiety, or literally just every single friend, like every single person in this friend group has trauma or some mental illness or like they're trying to deal with on their own. They can't really talk to anyone about it. I heard that mental, like mental health was not really, like, helped or, like, I guess, like, worked on a lot in Japan in the past. So, we'd always split up with me on here, leaving just Reina and me. It could be either one of those, honestly. Hey, Kate-chan, can I promise to lend you some manga? Want to come over real quick? Huh? She promised that? Or quickly rose with a convenient way of saying she wanted to talk to me alone. Oh, I see. Okay, then Reina will go home. Maybe she realized it. Maybe she didn't. I thought we already went over the fact that Reina, like, this went over, like, doesn't believe in the bold-faced lies that easily. She knows. Thankfully, Reina quickly said she'd go home before us. Bye, Reina. See you tomorrow. Yep. See you tomorrow. Keiichi-kun, don't be too much of a bother now. It's already evening. I'm just gonna borrow a few books. See ya. It's been a fun day we had. It was a very insipid, lonely parting. Don't worry too much about before. I'm gonna worry so much. In a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed in splitting up with Reina. No, I'm not, really. I think it was my fault anyway. We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi. Just one of those things that we shouldn't mention, you know? They shouldn't mention. I'm still getting so annoyed. Like, well, I'm getting feelings back of annoyance of, like, the first one of, like, don't want to talk about it so much, but then I'm, literally just not want to talk about it at all led to this whole entire thing of literally just going to literally, like, restrain Keiichi and just, like, inject him with a syringe, which is going way too far. Way too far in the threat of putting a goddamn fucking needle in. I don't care if that was a prank or not. I don't care. Like, that causes physical harm. And it's not like, something funny as, like, I'm going up to, like, the teacher, like, just curry obsessed and all that, and, like, going all that, because they're a teacher. Like, they're not supposed to, like, you definitely feel her wrath, but, like, it's not gonna be that bad to the point of really just, breaking a bone or anything like that. Like, the teacher has to, like, hold back, but, like, definitely not from emotional ire, that's for sure, at the very least. Yeah, oh god, just getting reminded of that whole last part of the first chapter. Oh god, I'm getting so annoyed. Ah, god. We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi. It's just one of those things we shouldn't mention, you know? At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. Judging by her odd interactions with Reina, I understood it so well it hurt that I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Not in front of you two, anyway. Yeah. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion too. No, this is a bigger problem. I don't know, like, I think Shion's literally just fine talking about discussing it. She's fine talking about serious discussions. It just seemed like, from how you put it, that it was almost a mockery of almost what happened. That's what I feel like it was in her eyes, just in the sound of it. Like, don't say things like that they just ran away, Keiichi. We don't really know what happened. That's what it sounded like. That was even going up to the fact she definitely, like, said outright that you only moved here this year, so of course you wouldn't know him. So yeah. Talking about in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. But that's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot, stop this, Keiichi Maebara. By the time I tried to warn myself, I already accidentally spoken already. I won't ask ever again. So, could you tell me honestly? What on earth happened to Satoshi? He ran away, right? For a long time, Mion remained silent, but finally, unable to endure it any longer, she began to speak timidly. Have you ever heard about Oyashiro-sama's curse? Besides just now? Never! Just a little bit. I get the gist of it. I only ever heard someone in class talking about it, though. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa. that they worship the shrine at the barbecue today. I actually fucking called this, didn't I? We're gonna learn, like, this something different is happening. We're learning about the curse before, like, days before the festival itself. Not the day before, or the day of. We're literally learning about it way before the festival this time. Huh. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of the dam project, one of the people who worked in sight died or something, and people blamed it on Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's how it was. Satoshi's dead parents? They were proponents of the dam project. Huh. Wait, wasn't everyone in the village against it? Why would they support the project they lived there? That's actually a good question, though. The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe there were villagers who were supporting it. I can honestly believe the whole thing of, like, the priest who was, like, trying to find a middle ground. Like, I can honestly believe that, like, trying to, like, be more of a mediator, and that's why, even if, like, he agreed with it or not, he wouldn't take a hard stance or, like, say it aloud to anyone. He just wanted to stop people fighting, like, stop in-group fighting. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on. I wonder if it's a whole thing of, like, I guess people who are for the dam project learned some things, and, like, the sound of it, it seemed like it was making it look worse, or sort of more sympathetic in the government side or something like that. There has been cases like that where, like, people, like, learn some information which, if you look into a bit more, it looks like absolutely malicious, but on the surface it looks fine, or like in the inverse, stuff like that. Sometimes you don't really know all of the full picture. I don't know if it's that, or it's like Sadako's parents really were just trying to find a reason to move out, or huh. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on, but not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal. Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it. I see. The leaders of the one for it were Sadako and Satoshi's parents? Yeah. The government had gathered a lot of compensation money to exchange for the construction of the dam. I'm now getting reminded of when you and Mion basically called Sadako a curse. Like, just someone who was so cursed. God, that still stick with me. Still. Man, God. There are plenty of people who agree with the proposal because they wanted the money. Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was, in general, not very affluent. And not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, they would have had to hesitate to say so, given the situation. Just happened to be Sadako and Satoshi's parents. Understood that and stood to be the representative. By that standard, you might say Sadako and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. Did I register something? Hold on. Aside from a few households, in general not very affluent. Not proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It's strange that some people want enough money to start a new life. They wanted the money to leave the place. They were the people who wanted to actually leave the place. Okay. By that standard, you might say Sadako and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. And if, like, Satoshi, like, really wanted to leave after a while, maybe because, like, all the negative opinions of the townspeople, of course I think he would want to leave. But then, why not take Satoko with him? Or, unless she didn't agree or something else happened. They volunteered to be hated, all to help those without much money who didn't have a voice. Oh, God. And then, their parents had bad luck. They died in an accident on the day of the festival, honoring Oyashiro-sama. So people started to think that maybe it had been Oyashiro-sama's curse. I thought back to what Coach told me today. They went to a nature park on a family outing, and fell from a cliff. So people thought even Satoshi running away from home was because of Oyashiro-sama's curse? Well, yeah, basically. It was a bit of a evasive reply. I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details. I don't think I need to explain this, but for Sadako, her parents' accident and Satoshi running away, and all the business about Oyashiro-sama's curse, none of it is a very happy story, you know? Yeah, of course I know. I can only nod silently. That's why we're not mentioning anything about Sadako's family. Even if someone speaks or asks about Satoshi, we just lie and say he transferred schools. You can understand why, right? They wanted to protect Sadako's happiness. Or smile. Okay, so this is theming here. As someone who thought that way once, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with. Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry I asked something so careless. When she heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. With that understanding, thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really stop by Mion's house, but it was already late. What, you don't want the manga now? You don't want to steal her books that she offered? Take on the request. I stopped by again the next time I had the chance. Bye then, Mion. Sorry about today. See you tomorrow. Yeah, goodbye. We waved to each other. Then suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me. Hey, Kei-chan! One more thing. Not only around Sadako, could you keep quiet about Satoshi with Reina too? Huh? I think you realized earlier, but for some reason when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, she gets extremely serious. Yeah, let's even mention, like, she was very serious, like, even, like, wondering if she'd be next in the first chapter. Ever since she transferred here. Yeah. Judging by how Reina was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion interrupted the conversation for us. If Mion had been here, what might have happened? Why would Reina be so serious about it? Not only Reina either, but Shion too. I don't know. Reina is... This is a secret, okay? If you tell anyone, we're not friends anymore. Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even further. I won't tell. What's about Reina? She says she's been a victim of Oyashiro-sama's curse before. Huh? The whole thing in the school when she transferred out. Well, it may sound mean, but I think it might be a bad case of persecution complex or some kind of wrong assumption. She said so herself, so I believe her. If I poke fun at it, she gets pretty upset. Reina jokes around all the time, but she's really scary when she's mad. Yeah, I get it. Don't talk about it in front of Reina, right? About Satoshi. So anything to do with the curse, they just... It's just a very sore subject with Reina, for some reason or another. Yeah. If possible, I think we shouldn't talk about this ever again. For her sake. And for Sadako's. And, like, if you know, like, when you're acting, like, as normal here, why then take upon yourself, like, when I'm, to literally just go along with, you know, Sadako, like, not Sadako, with Reina, and, like, inject a syringe into their one. If you know she's angry. You're happily going along with what Reina was doing, too, so there's that. For everyone else's, too. I must say, for your own sake too, Kei-chan. With silence, Mion made sure I knew that. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and started walking myself. Sadako's older brother, Satoshi. Had he run away from home? Or had he been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. Not to your friends, anyway. I do love the shot of, like, the sunset around, like, some of these backgrounds. It's Really nice. The cooling air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Sadako to smile, yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. Shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to just be as fun as today, too. So why did I go and do something like that? We were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday, and today we had a blast at the big barbecue party, too. It was a lot of fun. But then I went and almost nullified all those fun times. I want to be more careful starting tomorrow. Don't beat yourself up about it again. I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole of blaming yourself again. I'm already feeling it coming on. No, stop, no. I will put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell, I'm gonna let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought of that, I'd be more careful starting tomorrow. The more I couldn't get rid of the ominous thoughts that I already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I just done. Hey, wait. No, calm down, Keiichi Maebara. The Gears of Destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? Destiny sucks. What happened just now was trivial. Doesn't make any sense to think my life would be totally different starting tomorrow. When you say that, the opposite happens. That's what someone says before their life changes for the worse would say. But even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as today. I'm acting weird. I'm thinking a little too much about the conversation. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted to make me understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. You stayed up? Tossing and turning? Okay, yes you did. Okay, wow. It feels like we're already going halfway into it, actually. We're already in the tenseness of it already, it feels like. Huh. Okay, that's a lot. The slacking manager, copy the preliminary autopsy, East round 3. Oh, the body. Mystery meat. Wait, hold on. Nope. Just from that sound of it, I need to see what the Steam says. Having a barbecue party with someone. New Horizons. Discovering... Oh, yeah, the Strawberry Shortcake one of the achievement of the last chapter. Discover something new about yourself. I just found that funny because, apparently Keiichi, learned about himself even there more when talking to Kamita. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit weird. It's already opening up so quickly. Huh. Kind of curious. Slacking manager. Already that. Like, okay, that looks sleek and sheen. There's that East round 3. Isn't that the place wasn't the oh, I'm forgetting the game. I'm forgetting the game. Like, it was the one that Oshi and the others went to, like, to talk about things. I don't think it was like a restaurant or a bar. It was like I forget I think it was a board game. They were like, it was a board game establishment or something like that that focused on that. I can't remember. Maybe I'm completely wrong though. It's been quite a bit. It was like a small extra tip thing as well for like Cheddar 2 as well. So, okay, go to the list. Lucky manager. Do you actually go and are you gonna meet up and speak to everyone after this now? Jian-san, why don't you help out a little? Are you asking a girl to carry something heavy? This is why you still haven't found a nice lady your age, coach. Well, you see, at times like these, here's what people say. It's none of your business. My God. He was loading the station wagon with heaps of equipment we've used for today's barbecue meeting. All the fathers and sons who had help were starting to get on their way. Alright, so, Shion-san, why did you come all the way here? If you rode here on your bike, I can give you a lift. I did, but I'll be fine running back. I appreciate your consideration. I was glad you came today. Things don't quite fit together with the manager here. Am I still the manager? I've been shirking my duties for an entire year, so maybe you should just fire such an incompetent manager already. Alright, if you say you want to quit, then I'll fire you whenever you want. It's not fair. Let me go soon, please. Every time I don't show up at a game, I get an annoying phone call, and I can't stand those. If you were more honest with yourself, Sean, you'd be far cuter. What? Your father's so sad. Where did he go so wrong to deserve such a rebellious daughter? I don't quite understand what you mean. Like, does she want to go to the games or not, you're implying? Oh, perhaps if your father catches you in a big, loving embrace, you open your eyes? Well then, don't mind if I do. Stop. Come here. Coach is fooling around with all his might, but Shan just smiled into the distance without responding. Meh. Not that good. Nothing's changed. You're still weirdo, Coach, and everyone's still lively as ever. Even though Satoshi-kun is here, is that what you want to say? He'll come home. I'm sure of it. Yeah, someone waiting for him. Say what do you want? He sure is cruel, isn't he? Going to who knows where, leaving such a cute girlfriend behind. What? Huh? Girlfriend? Who? Who? Huh? Jeez. Quit laughing already. Coach! Coach had been over and laughed heartily for a little while. We'll see each other again. Please come and root for us once in a while, okay? I don't know what that line meant if it wasn't a joke. If I feel like it, I have no desire to be the manager anymore, after all. That's fine. If you don't like it, I'll fire you. I'm the kind of person who likes forcing people to do things against their will. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. You win this round. If I feel like it'll come... if I feel like it, I'll come root for you. So for today, just be patient. Hoo-hoo. That time already? Whoops. It's past time to return all this. I'm already making them wait for me. I'll be leaving for today, then. Let's meet again in the next game. Yes, I feel like it. Goodbye, Coach. Oh, just a small conversation between the two of them about that. Huh. Trying to think now even more. Huh. Well, it does seem like Reina's acts like that every time the curse gets mentioned and brought up. I don't think was Reina even around when the Oyashiro-sama's curse was brought up, like when Mion was there with him there? It makes sense literally talking about him right now that everyone is just very tense talking about it. But literally that doesn't extend to much of going and trying to kill someone or just aggressively threatening for it. Be honest, it seems like if that's how Reina acts all the time in chapter 1. After the festival for the most part, before it gets too extreme, that that whole mad threatening thing is what is almost normal, apparently. That's certainly something. The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. Number 1, entire body bound in restraints. That's literally the same way as how Mio Takano was found in the oil drum in chapter 2. Traces left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound indicated usage of a specific restraining table rather than rope or another common method. Restraining table. Finger joints in either hand appear to have been bound especially tightly. It's literally the exact same methodology like that Mion used in that bunker. Highly likely that the table was either specifically made or homemade given this information. 2. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Trace of the restraint and other things seem to suggest that there was at least one more other than the one who severed these body parts holding down the victim's head. That was one other person. Oh. Possible that multiple blades were used, with one of them most likely being scissors or shears. 3. 5 nails penetrated fingers on each hand. 1 long nail stuck in each finger on each hand for a total of 30. And joint of each finger for a total of 30. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then the square center of someone's finger, the fingertip, where the fingerprints are. Yeah. The deceased's fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large. Extremely likely these planks are part of their training table. Nailed to wooden planks. How do you know about that, actually? In addition, it's likely that the table was originally designed for just such a purpose. 4. Abdomen incised. Intestines removed. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology using a sharp blade. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. And to this, the organs inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. Literally died from being disemboweled. 5. Body disposed. They're fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck using a commercial pet collar. Oh. The victim was likely to have been in the Oiji River's third drain. Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible they would have needed at least 3 grown men to dispose of the body. To Oishi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in Uji River. Chief Shigeharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. S group. What are your thoughts, Oishi-san? Figure was going to end there. The S group. The S group. Nothing comes to mind immediately about that, so we're learning more about that in a weird roundabout way. It's definitely focused, like, this chapter seems to be focusing definitely more on Sadako's plight with her family and, like, looking how Satoshi... This whole chapter seems to be, like, focusing on Satoshi, actually, as a whole. That's what it seems to be. Just by conjunction of, like, relation with Sadako. Literally, that's what it is. Okay, final one. East round 3. I'm assuming, like, Oishi and the rest of the police squadron are here. Yep. There it is. Ron. 3 Chun, 3 Dora, Mangan with 1,500 extra. What? What's up with that? How do you even have 3 Dora? You idiot. You're the one who flipped over another Kandora when you knew Oishi was in Tenpai. That's what you get. Getting more Dora was the only thing I could do after revealing the Chun. You can't disregard a Dora tile after a Yakua is out. I think, is it Mahjong or something else? I think, this is Mahjong Parlor? Possibly. Oishi grinned meaningfully at his buddies, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them. By the way, Mochi-san, identified her yet? What? Oh, the mutilated body in the drainage channel. Any new leads come up? Wait. Oh, God. Oh, no. Didn't Sadako's mom went missing? Oh, shit. Yes, well, you're the fine proof. You're the fine proof yourself, though. And really something. Who was the deceased? Rina Mamiya. Actual name, Ritsuko. What's... Apparently she works for the Blue Mermaid. Hostess bar in Shichibone Flower Road. Okay, so it's definitely not. That's a nasty place. A young leader of Sonozaki owns it, yeah? Yeah, again. Sonozaki. Whoops. So it's related to the S group. Ah, that's what the S group means. Sonozaki. Okay. That'll be tough to scale. Rumors say the deceased had been dipping into Sonozaki's protection money. On a pretty significant scale, too, from what I heard. Rumors. Woman getting her hands on the protection money. It's like a man's behind it. Not a lot of women do that sort of thing themselves. Well, he's dead anyway. The body just hasn't been found yet. What? Well, they're assuming that the man stolen just gave the money to her? About that, Oichi-san. Her cohabitant's apparently alive. Alive? Then maybe he'll die soon. Cohabitant. Vermin usually exterminate other vermin. I think we have a very nice self-cleansing system going on. Oh boy. Anyway, her man? It's, well, Teppei Hojo. I guessed. Hojo? Who's that? Teppei Hojo. Husband of the housewife was beaten to death last year in Hinamizawa. Oh, that was the aunt? Wait. No, but they found her body already. What? I heard he disappeared at the incident, though. 2 people missing. I get it. He was staying at his lover's place, huh? Hmm. Instead of Sonozaki's Grove are more suspicious. Where is he now? He was living in a woman's apartment. Just thought she abandoned him, so he's been searching around shops and other gathering places. Looking around for her? I actually don't understand the implications for what that's supposed to mean, though. That just seemed like it gave him one ear and one out the other. S group Sonozaki's. Okay. I definitely need to reread that though. Then, so that's definitely making it like definitely putting a lot of emphasis more on Sadako's family again. Still, Teppei Hojo though, whether that's the woman who was found dead in the drainage thing, which is someone who is, I guess, dating, I guess Sadako's uncle before he decided to leave behind. Oh gosh. They actually didn't mention her uncle actually. I wonder why I never actually considered why that instead left her to be alone. That or they did mention the uncle before but being missing, but then Toshi went missing as well. So at the very least, if people didn't know where the uncle went, people just assumed that at the very least one person dies and one person goes missing per the curse. Alright then. I need to digest this way much more then. That's a good time to leave things off here. Definitely learning more about just Satoshi's thing. We're definitely focusing more on that. This seems oddly a parallel to the first chapter where basically Tomotaki gives an inch about what Oyashiro-sama's curse is to Keiichi, and you want to learn more and more about it. That's also probably the same way that what was it? Reina did seem to be oddly threatening every time Keiichi tried to learn more and more about it, being angry. Even I guess subtly threatening him with the hatchet right at his next to his face, holding it, while just hunched over. She definitely would have learned about that. She definitely knew a lot of things that happened that Keiichi was doing. But enough to try to restrain and syringe someone? A syringe that apparently was found in Tomotaki's system as well. That's weird. That's just utterly weird. The syringe is definitely going to be the most biggest factor in this. But I know it's going to be a long time before I figure that out. Especially since Rika had it too. And I'm assuming Mion as well. Sounds like he actually has access to it as well. Don't know if Sadako could be the same way then. Literally the whole syringe the Rika had on her on her corpse in the last chapter. That seems to be the only thing showing off her being, I guess, threatening or deadly to anyone that we've seen so far. And nothing of that has seemed to come up with Sadako so much so. I guess they'll see how that changes as we go forward. Mostly showing just everyone else in the front group being slowly more, I guess, hostile as time goes on. Because talking about this, it's a very sensitive topic for everyone in town, in or out. Just yeah. Well, Keiichi didn't learn all about the Oyashiro-sama's curse, I guess the whole heart of it, of who died and all that. He pieced some small bits together this time about a housewife, Sadako, parents and all that, Rika's a priest, her parents died as well, that sort of thing. He's piecing some things together, but doesn't know everything in terms of this route, which won't make sense. Small bits and pieces again. And yeah, I'm even though I know I shouldn't be paying attention to it, I know, I still like to think of what parts each character should know and should not know. I'll figure things out. Especially since the chapter's meant to be even at the very beginning, even though it's the shortest scenario, it feels like it's still gonna be the 12 episode thing. it's going to be way hard to figure things out. Of course, the difficulty is definitely going to be in the eye of the beholder. Like, since, like, Chapter 2's, like, Mion Shion thing, and, like, I guess by the ending of it was the easiest to figure things out. Can't remember what the difficulty was the first chapter. I think it was, like, moderate or just hard, I guess. Which, yeah. But I guess we'll just see how it all comes to it. We'll probably go, like, inadvertently, that because the whole monologue that Keiichi made, that he does want to talk more about Satoshi because of all that. Maybe Shion, but from the sound of it, Keiichi just, I think Keiichi just has a feeling that he shouldn't bring it to Shion at all. That's probably it. You probably, like, try to find out more about it, if I had to guess, if you want to find out more about Satoshi. Or else people besides his friend group, honestly. Most likely. Most likely. But I guess we'll see what comes of that for next time. So, hope you have a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope you see me next time, what time that may be. And I'll hope you a fantastic day.